Welcome to the sofa. I'm Sherry.
I'm Bonnie, and this is the Sisters Hallmark Sip and Chat podcast.
We're a couple of crown heads who love all things Hallmark.
We are continuing with the movies from week 6 of Hallmark's Countdown to Christmas on the W channel. There were so many good movies this weekend, we needed a part 2. If you missed part 1, we encourage you to go back and check that out.
In this episode, we will be sipping Irish coffee and chatting about our 3 movies entitled Christmas at Castle Hart, Christmas in Tahoe, and The Christmas Contest.
Movie number 4, Christmas at Castle Hart, starring Lacey Chabert as Brooke and Stuart Townsend as Aidan. Brooke and her sister Morgan take a trip to Ireland at Christmas to find their adopted father's biological family. At the local pub, they meet the charming Earl Aidan Hart, who hires them to run the Christmas gala at Castle Hart. The only problem is Brooke and Morgan aren't really the premier event planners they let on.
Let's find out how this movie rates on our SOFA rating system. But first, a quick explanation. Our custom SOFA rating system includes a list of 20 Hallmark tropes that will determine how Hallmark is this movie. You can download the list from our website, sistersipandchat.ca. This movie earned 16 out of 20 sofas. Let's break down each rating category. Foreign country, the sisters visit Ireland, yay, to track down their family roots. Small town, the castle is located by a small village in Ireland. Inn and hotel, the castle was converted into a luxury hotel. Royals, Aidan is the Earl of Glasgow who is planning a gala for the Duchess. Object focus, the Duchess's gala at Castle Hart. Clash of the classes, royalty versus town folk. Enemies to lover. Brooke and Aidan were rude to each other at the pub when they first met, but they fell in love. Multiple love stories, Aidan and Brooke, and Killian, the Duchess' son, and Margot. Star gives up current career. The sisters become party planners and Aidan comes home to fix the family chapel. Helps a family member or friend in need. The sisters help the Harts with their gala. Aidan plans to repair the church and the Duchess helps the sisters find their family. Town celebration. The lighting of the Christmas tree, Christmas gala at the castle. The charitable event was the Duchess restarting the community party.
I was thrilled that this was about 2 sisters researching their Irish roots on an exciting trip to Ireland. That would be mine, and I know is your dream as well. And staying in a castle, hello, yes. Can we just put the cherry on top of the whipped cream? And I think we would totally take that job because I think we would kill it.
Absolutely, I agree. I loved the scenery. It was beautiful, and it is a dream, as you know, for us to go to Ireland. And I really want to visit castles, as many as I can. I love the whole worlds of castles and royalty. I love titles. I love all of that. Our home and neighborhood where I live is called the Oxford Community, and everything's theme of the Knights of the Round Table. And our actual home is called a Knight's Castle. So this is about the only castle I'll ever get to stay in, but at least I have a castle.
Hey, never say never.
That's true. Absolutely.
The scenery there was gorgeous. You were correct. And I love the horseback riding by the sea.
Yeah.
That was just gorgeous. And all the cultural Irish events, of course, were really cool to see. My favorite classic Christmas music is a Celtic series that I bought, I don't know, so many years ago. And it is both just magical and really the best Christmas listening CDs. CDs, that's what I bought them on, CDs that I ever bought. And I listen to them every year. Now I have them downloaded on, my Apple Music app, but they are beautiful. And I just transported me to Ireland. And I believe when the one gentleman was playing on the piano, that was one of the songs that's on the compilation I have, which is just really brought me back to that moment. I loved it.
Oh, that's so nice. The Highland dancing is so beautiful. I'm enamored with that. When we go to Disney World, we always try to hit Raglan Road Pub in Disney Springs to watch the
Mhm.
amazing Highland dancing show. Like we love it there. I love the whole environment, atmosphere. I love that so much. And my
Me
husband
too.
being um from Wales, his family's from Wales, like going to a pub and doing all those that's right up his alley.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, my husband loves a good pub too with his Irish roots as well.
Absolutely.
So this is why we try to convince them to go because there's lots of pubs, right?
Exactly.
One of the great things about this movie is, of course, that the sisters really balanced each other out with their uh, um, personalities. So, you know, one was cautious and one was irreverent. And it was a very sweet moment when they find out that their aunt and uncle, biological aunt and uncle, were the beloved pub owners who they always were getting along with. That was really cool. I really liked
Yeah, they
that.
had befriended them. That was so sweet.
It was a special ending.
So, Bonnie, we talked about this before on another episode that you've been researching our family tree on ancestry. Am I saying that?
Yeah,
Ancestry?
ancestry.ca.
And I'm continuously asking you, are we related to royalty? I'm sure this drives you crazy, but I really want to know. Do we belong? I keep
Well,
thinking
I
I was
can't
meant to.
say definitively that we are, but I hope that we are. Because I also want us to go visit them in their castles. That would be
Absolutely.
amazing. And there has to be a ball because there's always these balls happening. And I want to go dress up in those gorgeous dresses that they got to choose
Mm,
from in this movie. Absolutely beautiful. She looked gorgeous in that red dress. And I want to
absolutely.
wear one of those two, though. I think I probably would have chosen the emerald green. I think that would have been my choice out of all of those ones.
I love the red. So I think you should continue with your research because I'm sure
Okay,
you'll
yeah, I'll
find
keep looking. I'll let you know if
it.
there's a royal in our mix. I will let you know.
Movie number 5, Christmas in Tahoe, starring Laura Osnes as Claire, Kyle Seelig as Ryan, Pat Monahan as Jackson, and George Lopez as Otis. Claire's dream job is on the line when the headliner of the Christmas show at her family's inn has to back out and the entire event falls apart. Claire is forced to work with her ex, who happens to be the lead guitarist in a popular band she once managed. That is, before the band and her boyfriend dumped her.
All right, drama, drama, drama. So
Mhm.
let's find out how this movie rated on our SOFA rating system. And this movie rated 16 out of 20 sofas, a pretty good rating. And that breakdown is Star returns home. Ryan returns home from being on the road touring with his group, set up by family members. Both mothers are setting up Claire and Ryan. Multiple love stories, Claire and Ryan romantically, and the friendship that gets back on track for Ryan and Alistair, their band members. Small town. This takes place in the absolutely beautiful town of Lake Tahoe. In hotel, Claire helps with her family hotel in on the lake. Object focus, the Christmas variety show. Gets back with childhood sweetheart. Claire and Ryan were past love interests. The boy group fired her in the past. Enemies to lovers. Claire and Ryan ended their past relationship badly and want to avoid each other, but their moms are in the way. Helps a family member friend in need. Ryan helps Claire to save the Christmas variety show. Star gives up current career. Claire wants to work in the live entertainment world and leave her family hotel. She's trying to get a job at Empress Hotel in Vegas, but stays at the family hotel, and her dad is going to let her pursue putting live entertainment into their hotel regularly. Ryan is going back on the road with his band to give them time to find his replacement, and then he's coming back home to start writing music. Town celebration, Christmas variety show at the hotel, children's Christmas choir. Charity or charitable event, Claire gives the choir free tickets to a holiday event, the White Elephant Gift Exchange, and Infonance charity concert.
This was quite the movie, starting with someone being dumped so harshly and then having to
Mhm.
work with them. That would be a little tough for me. However, the hotel was beautiful. And I loved how all the staff acted like family. I really liked that a lot. They really all looked out for one another.
100%. The inn was truly beautiful. I mean, they call it an inn. It was more like a hotel, but it was gorgeous and very atmospheric. I would love to visit Tahoe. It looks like just a Bavarian village and sounds completely charming. Though I do not ski, but I do shop.
I don't ski much either, but I have skied. Um, I would think that it's going to be hard to come back from firing your girlfriend from being your manager to trying to find a way to find common ground and then have her trust you to help her. Like, I think that would be really, really difficult. It was great that they were able to get past that, but I was actually surprised at how the writer was going to find a way to make them be okay with that. I know that as you get bigger, you got to have bigger names working with you, but that would cut pretty darn deep having
For
that happen.
sure. And I think she wasn't given a lot of choice. At every turn, she was making these great, decisions and hiring all these really big bands and stuff. And then it was just kept falling apart. So she kind of
Yeah.
ran out of choices, except needing him and his very, well-known band to help her out. I found personally pretty trippy that Pat Monahan from the group Train, which happens to be my husband's favorite band, was in this movie, but not as a musician at first. He was just one of the workers at the hotel, her very close friend. And he does a really decent job of acting in this movie. He is, of course, an amazing singer and musician.
Absolutely.
And he plays this famous Christmas song that came out last year at the end of the show, which was so good. I loved it. I was very excited about that part.
Yeah, he is a wonderful musician, and he was actually quite funny. Like he
Yes, he
had
was.
very good
Yeah.
comedic acting. So I was quite impressed with his acting career. Claire is so hardworking and she never gives up, which I think is such a great virtue. So these are the kind of virtues that I try to bestow upon my daughter, to be that hardworking, driven person. But as hardworking and as driven as she still remembered family. Like, she was having a hard time telling her dad. She didn't want to disappoint him. That father-daughter bond. It was actually a sweet moment when they finally were able to talk about it. And he was like, "No, I will support you in whatever you want to do," which most fathers will. But as a daughter, she wanted to, be there for him.
I think she just felt it would be awkward to bring it up during this whole Christmas season. But, I think he was getting onto that situation because normally it would just be a fairly small event. And she was booking all these really big acts and, trying to impress the gentleman at the Las Vegas hotel who was coming to view everything. And I think she just got herself a little bit too under it all. And fortunately, she did have her friend come along, even though her ex, whatever you want to call it, come along and help her.
Yeah, and I think it was great that at the end, not only was her dad willing to have her bring in the big names to their location, because he had faith and trust in her that she could actually do it. He realized he didn't have success at it, but she had proven to him that she could have success at it. So that was a really
100%.
nice thing.
Yeah, totally. And the variety show was awesome. Like, it was really good. And we only got to see snippets of it. Like, I would have enjoyed it watching the entire show with all the different kinds of acts, the comedian, not just the musical portion. I think it would have been pretty cool.
It was. And the concert, like you said, was awesome at the end. And I thought that Ryan's band offering for Pat Monahan to come on and be the opener. Of course, he wouldn't really be the opener. He's the star. But
I was like, oh, that's nice of them to
situation,
ask the lead singer of
I know, how
Train
humbling.
to open their
It was very cute. But like, it just showed that he really was a really good person, and he did care about other people and bringing others up. So that was really good. I really enjoyed that.
All the scenes of their families together, even though they had broken up, the families were still friends and still together for all those holiday events. That was really cool. I really like
That
that
was.
too.
I agree.
All right, on to the next one.
Yep.
Movie number 6, The Christmas Contest, starring Candace Cameron Bure as Laura, John Brotherton as Ben, and Barbara Niven as Donna. In this movie, a Christmas contest for charity becomes even more challenging when exes Laura and Ben realize that they're both vying for the title of King or Queen of Christmas.
Okay, let's find out how this movie rates on our SOFA rating system. This movie earned an excellent score of 11 out of 20 SOFAs. Not as high as our others, but still a very good rating. The breakdown of this rating is object focused. There's a Christmas contest. Helps a family member or friend in need. Laura helps her mom's retirement center by participating in the Christmas contest. Town celebration. The Christmas contest that included Christmas trivia quiz, baking, caroling, and then a huge party with a Christmas tree decorating. Gets back with childhood sweetheart. They knew each other when they were young. That was Laura and Ben. Enemies to lovers. Laura and Ben compete against each other to win the Christmas contest. Stars give up current career. Laura quits her CEO job and is going to work as a consultant and help with not-for-profit with the kids and Ben.
I love this Fuller House reunion with these two. They have such great chemistry together. And what an awesome contest where not only the winners, but the losers, and of course, those not even playing, AKA the charities, also win an amazing prize. Really loved that part of the story.
Yeah, everyone got at least $1,000 towards their charity choice. And I think having a contest that is about your personal charity is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Now, our family can be very competitive, as you know, especially our late mom, who was the most competitive euchre player ever. Her rule was, as you can recall, you have to win by 2 or tie. That ruling could keep us playing for hours and hours. Our family loves games so much, and that tradition is carried on with our daughter and her new family because they love games. And even at our last white elephant this weekend past, she tried to trade for that friends game. So
yes, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Our family nights of playing cards and other board games are always good memories for me too. And I liked how important their mother and mother figures were to them in this movie, his grandmother and her mother. Even with the animosity between them, they still respected each other's mothers. And it's also good that he encouraged his grandma to join Laura's team, even though she's technically the competition. He loved his grandmother enough to say, no, grandma, you go and join the other team, because it was with the ladies from the senior center, and he knew that would be good for her.
Yeah, he knew that she needed to have friends and get out of the house. That was very, very sweet. The way he was able to help the young man learn his own self-worth, that young boy, and feel worthy to have friends was very sweet. And this young man helped change Ben's attitude, which was also very important because it made him think, no, you know what? Like, this was a guy who was just flying in, and his associate was doing all the work and he was just getting all the credit. But he was like, no, I'm going to get my hands dirty. I'm going to do this. Even bringing the kids onto the contest was all a staged kind of publicity stunt that turned into be the best thing that he ever did for himself and for the children.
Yeah, he was pretty obnoxious at the beginning of the show.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He was not very endearing, and he did seem like he was just using children for his own gain. In the end, though, you're right. He really connected with that particular young man, but really all the kids, and he realized how important it was to give back and how much it helped him in doing that too. And that was really great to see, because as we know, that is the beauty of charity. Giving to others is giving to yourself.
Absolutely. At the end, the upside down Christmas tree was an excellent way to say I love you. Especially because
sweet way.
He had saw that she had done their photos. So he did the same thing. She said, you always turn me upside down. So I thought that was really sweet. And they both say we're out, but because, somebody has to win.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. And then they end up sharing the prize, which is really great. I really liked a couple of bits and pieces. One, that sneaky Santa kiss where they were supposed to take a picture of Santa. And for some reason, they were supposed to kiss Santa on the cheek, which was a little bit odd, gotta tell you. And Santa wasn't having it. He backed himself out, and then they ended up kissing each other, which was a really cute and funny moment. And of course, that really sweet moment at the end where he gives his grandmother that Christmas present from his grandfather, that one heck of a beautiful diamond bracelet. And the sweet note that came with
sweet. While we're talking about that, I didn't really understand that his grandfather had already bought it for her, or like how did that happen? Or he did it on his grandfather's behalf? I didn't catch how that.
Well, the letter was written from his grandfather. So I'm guessing that maybe either his grandfather left the note or he left the entire thing for him to give to him. I'm guessing it was a present that his grandfather left for him to give, because otherwise, how would the note get there?
And once again, tearjerker.
Yes, it was a really sweet moment. This was a really good movie all around. Good way to round out our big weekend of 6 movies. There were a lot of movies, but they were all really great in true Hallmark fashion. And I'm really looking forward to, I think our next group of movies is another 5 movies.
Yes. So we'll have to determine if we're going to break that up into 2 parts or if we're going to try and cram it into 1.
Yeah, we shall see. Depends on how much we talk.
Stay tuned. This episode was brought to you by Hamish Community Services, opening doors by taking the dis out of disabilities. You can find out more information at hamish.ca.
Well, fellow Crown Heads, we've come to the end of today's chat.
You can find all our episodes on your favorite podcast network.
And on our website, sistersipandchat.ca. Subscribe and never miss a chat session.
Thanks for listening. Join us next time.
And we'll save you a seat on the sofa.